He's a self-proclaimed IT geek who's been obsessed with computers since the age of 10. He's been doing it for 5 years. His latest business venture has just attracted attention from a UK fund manager. This is Tonight. I'm Bruce Whitfield. Tonight I'm speaking to Justin Drennan, co-founder of Parcelninja, to find out why he has managed to attract 20 million rand in investment from C5 Holdings. He got more than the guys at Sanral got in their bond auction the other day. C5, who are they?
Basically, it's an investment business based in the UK. They invest in emerging markets.
Do you have a history with them?
We've been dealing with the guys for about 2 years. We got introduced to them through some other businesses we were involved in. And basically, they liked what we were doing, said they wanted to get involved. They like emerging markets, they like technology, and they said they think we've got something unique in this space and wanted to get involved.
Okay, so are they putting the 20 million in you, or they're putting it into Parcelninja, or they're putting it into another one of the multiple businesses that you run?
Well, no one would give me 20 million.
No,
so
what we're doing you are a merchant banker by training. Nobody would give you any money.
100%.
Exactly.
So what we do basically is the cash has gone into the business. We're looking to reinvest it in both from a technology perspective, investing in the tech, improving the tech, and spending a little bit on the actual warehousing and infrastructure. Because at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is we're trying to provide an outsourced warehouse solution, which will be world class. In other words, what we're looking to do is enable all the small guys to actually have proper logistics for a change.
Now, people are saying, hold on a second, your company's called Parcelninja. You're doing warehousing logistics. Do you have a holding company structure in which they're invested, and you have multiple tentacles going into different aspects of the economy?
That's correct. So we've actually got 3 business structures effectively. We used to have 4. So the first is we have a business called Want It All, which is a niche importer of products from the US into South Africa. It's a long tail business, means we focus on all the bits and bobs that people can't find in South Africa. We then have another business which we were involved in called Superbalist.com.
You sold that recently to
We
Take
sold
a
that
Lot.
to Take a Lot. That's an online fashion business, does really, really well, very exciting business.
No, you didn't buy that on Superbalist.
No, I tried. No, they don't. I don't have a sense of fashion, so I had to take this.
So you had to sell the business.
There we go. I had to get rid of the business because I wasn't adding enough value from a fashion perspective. We then have an outsourced e-commerce development division, which handles the likes of Macro. So Macro's e-commerce site, we do all the back-end development, route optimization, logistics, and all that sort of work with the Macro guys. And then our last business is the Parcelninja business, and the C5 guys have invested in that whole holding structure, so they get access to all of these business units.
What's Parcelninja do?
So Parcelninja is effectively an outsourced warehouse and distribution business. Simply put, what you do is you leave your products in our warehouse. You then tell us what you want us to do with the product, and we'll go handle that for you.
You're logistics.
We're logistics. So more than logistics, we're actually more fulfillment. So what we've got is we've got fancy systems that basically are able to optimize the warehouse in a way that we're able to pick products more efficiently than traditional warehouses. And e-commerce based warehouses have a different sort of requirement than a traditional warehouse. So,
but that's the biggest problem with e-commerce in South Africa right now. It's fine. People have got mobile phones, they've got mobile devices, they understand the concept, they trust the concept, they put their credit card details onto a site, they trust that a widget will arrive at some point.
Correct.
One of the biggest problems that the Take-A-Lots of the world have got, and Kalahari.net, recently acquired also by Take-A-Lot, has had is delivery. Take-A-Lot even bought Mr. Delivery in order to try and do it, and even then, it's not quite right yet.
So inherently the challenge is that the traditional logistics or courier businesses have been geared for what you call backdoor deliveries. So they're used to picking up a pallet of goods and dropping them at a large organization. They're used to going to the back of a Dion Wired, a Game, a Macro, and delivering those goods. What we're seeing now is a shift to more door-to-door delivery.
Well, why is there such a big difference then?
Well, because the difference is, one, I'm going to go pick up a pallet and drop it off at the back of a store. The other one is I have to go deliver 50 parcels to 50 different individuals, which requires far more planning, route optimization.
But surely Google Maps can sort that out for me. I mean,
that's one of the ways,
100%.
But a lot of these organizations have invested in technology and have embedded this technology in all of their systems, and they find it very difficult to move with the times. And so what we're doing is we're coming from a bit of a slightly disruptive position in that our warehouse is built for e-commerce, which means that if you go to a large warehouse, like an Amazon warehouse, there's no pallets all the way to the roof. What they have is they have shelves with lots of items, they call it fine picking. So what our guys can do is they can run through the shelves, pick up the items very quickly. They've got little Bluetooth scanners on their fingers, iPod touches on their arms, and it tells them what to do. It's actually like semi-automated, if I could say that. So we tell our guys what to do. They don't have to think. They just have
robotic
to. It's robotic. There we go. So it's maybe a bit of a hybrid. We can call it cyborg type. Not quite there. But what it does is it tells the guys what to do, and we're able to pick more efficiently than these traditional warehouses. We then go to we go out to tender in real time across multiple couriers to find you the best price. We also consolidate our volume and go get the best price from you based on our volumes and pass that saving on to the guys that we service.
Because there's interesting stuff happening. I mean, there's a business called One Drop, for example, which started started in Cape Town, and they decided if they could deliver a hot toasted sandwich across the city centre of Cape Town, which is a congested labyrinth of one-way streets. Anyone who's ever tried to drive through it will know that. Then they could get the courier thing going. And they're coming into a place, they've now started in Sandton, and they're doing legal documents, all of that sort of stuff in a way that is far more innovative, far quicker, far slicker than we've been used to.
So we like those sort of businesses that come with a decentralized approach to logistics. The traditional carriers have their warehouses or distribution centers based far outside the city. In other words, if you want a large warehouse, you have to go to the airport. But the population density at the airport is not what it is in Sandton, and all the deliveries are going to Sandton. If we actually look at a distribution curve of deliveries within South Africa, Johannesburg does 65% of all deliveries.
Of e-commerce deliveries?
All e-commerce is 65% in Joburg. Of that 65%, 75% are between Ilovo and Fourways. So it doesn't help to actually have your warehouse outside of the city. You need to be closer to Sandton. So we've taken a view, our warehouse being in Linbro is relatively close to Sandton, and we look to leverage the likes of OneDrop, Uber, and all the other sort of decentralized couriers to be able to give a faster delivery. We're looking to do deliveries in 1 hour or 1 hour time slots. So that you order your product, you have it within an hour, and you've got it. That's what people want.
But that's the way it should work. And if you can deliver the dream, what's your hit rate? What's your success rate?
We really started to deliver the dream. The challenge is...
Are you getting it right 60% of the time, 90% of the time?
The challenge is...
What are you getting it right 60% of the time or 90% of the time?
From a same-day delivery perspective...
1 hour delivery.
So the 1 hour delivery, we're busy...
1 hour.
1 hour delivery, we're busy in the process of integrating with the guys at OneDrop. So we're getting that going. But we have run tests with them, and they are able to deliver on the promise. The trick is, can we pick the products quick enough and get it to them? And with our systems, we can do that easily. That's not a problem. I'm actually fairly confident in a 1 hour delivery period. That I'm not worried about.
Load shedding permitting.
We've got generators.
No, but traffic light,
different story.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, are drones part of our future? The Civil Aviation Authority in South Africa won't allow drones, but there's a lot of talk about Amazon and Google and these guys going the drone way.
I think the drone story is quite is a PR story at the end of the day. So Amazon incidentally launched that drone story pre-Christmas, which is interesting. So they got a lot of publicity, and they launched it at the same time that they were getting a lot of flack in Germany and Europe around their treatment of warehouse staff. I don't know if you know the story. They say that within the Amazon warehouse, if you're a staff member there, you walk 10 miles a day, or you jog 10 miles a day.
Adrian Gore would be happy if you were a Discovery member.
100%.
You're getting your miles under your belt.
That's exactly that. But the challenge is that they were coming under flack within EU regarding that practice. And so this drone story came about at the right time. Aviation authority challenges, the tech isn't mature, there are going to be lots of other challenges around it. It's a nice PR story, but we don't expect drones leaving the Parcelninja warehouse anytime soon.
In South Africa, people just shoot the drone down and help themselves. Exactly.
100%.
What are you doing with Macro? Because Macro recently announced that they were going to be doing not home deliveries of stuff, but they would be delivering your groceries to lockers at Sasol forecourts, if memory serves.
Correct. So that's right. So Macro's embarking on this process of sort of solidifying their online offering. And
are you involved in that?
So we're involved from a technology perspective. We provide some of the platform and technologies to Macro. They have chosen us as one of their tech partners in this process, along with various other tech partners. And they're looking to expand their product offering from an e-commerce perspective. And I think that from a product offering, size, scale, etc., Macro are going to be one of the bigger e-commerce players.
It's interesting, isn't it? I mean, I was stuck in an airport recently, courtesy of European fog, and so I had a lot of time to go through Schiphol's duty-free shops, and Schiphol is one of the biggest airports in the world, and it's got thousands of duty-free shops. But you look at the logistics of getting global brands to duty-free shops around the world, and you look at the complexity of that. We're still scratching the surface of logistics in South Africa, aren't we?
100%. I think we're in a fairly immature market from a delivery to customer perspective.
Opportunity. Yes.
Well, that's why we have this business.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying to solve a problem which is delivery to the customer, and delivery and fulfillment of a product to a customer. And we're trying to use our way to actually get the couriers to change their business models and their processes. So up until now, if you were a small e-commerce player and you wanted 1 hour deliveries, the courier companies weren't interested. Now that we come along and say, listen, we did 8,000 deliveries yesterday, do you mind making a change? That'd make a difference.
Yeah.
and we do that regularly. We're able to scale. So with our warehouse, the concept is it's a warehouse that breathes. So when you're busy, you don't worry, you pay for what you use. So if you're doing 1,000 orders today, that's fine. Tomorrow you only want to do 10 orders, not a problem for us. It's a pay-as-you-go model.
What does C5 get for its 20 million?
What do they get? They get access to
you.
To myself, which is great. And our team, don't forget, it's not just me. We have a team of about 45 staff members.
But what did they get for their money? They get a stake in.
They've got a stake in. They get a
Parcelninja stake.
Correct. They get a stake in the holding company, which is all of our assets at the end of the day.
All right. So their 20 million buys them access. What do they get in return?
What do they get in return? Well,
blood, tears, toilet,
well, isn't that the VC process? If we could say that. But I think what they get is they get access to a bunch of guys that are innovative, looking to change this market space.
And there was nobody in South Africa prepared to give you that 20 million?
We didn't really go shopping around to try to find that opportunity. What we did is we like to, if we find partners we like to engage with them, work through that process and do a deal at the end of the day. And the opportunity is for us to take this, and we've already been incidentally approached from guys out of Brazil who like our technology. And the concept is to take this tech across to other emerging markets.
But tech is transportable, isn't it? I mean, with adaptation, change the street names, hopefully, and off you go.
So I think you liken it to a pizza. In other words, if you're a Pizza Hut or a Domino's, what you do is you keep 3/4 of your product the same, and you localize 1/4 of it. So that's what one of the Walmart guys told me once. And what you do is, we've got to keep 75% of our product the same, add that extra little bit of local component, and localization of the product, and take it to market. And that's why we're using the cash effectively to shore up our product offering from a technology side, because this is exportable. This isn't something that's just built for South African context. We don't want to just be big in South Africa. We need to be big in emerging markets. And if the guys like Naspers, etc., are able to leverage that South African knowledge into emerging markets, then why shouldn't guys like ourselves be able to do it?
Was Naspers talking to you? I'd often talk to Chris Becker when he was chief executive of Naspers and say, why are you not investing in South Africa? And he was basically, we're nowhere from an e-commerce perspective. You've got big e-commerce businesses in China, big e-commerce businesses in places like Russia and across Europe. Why would he bother about South Africa? Is Naspers even interested in what you do?
Well, we've had dealings with Naspers over the last 5 years in various shapes and forms in our businesses. We do chat to the guys, and we have quite a good working relationship with some of the guys within Naspers. And I think that once we prove our model outside of the South African context, that's maybe one of the opportunities. And I have been with the guys. I've been to visit a Brill Digital in Brazil, which is part of Naspers, and I've seen the opportunities.
Still Playboy?
I haven't checked. You'd probably better know.
I just know that they did get it, and I was hoping that you would be able to enlighten us.
We could probably bring it in from Brazil, but at the end of the day, we're looking to take our tech out of South Africa and take it into South America, I would imagine, as well as the rest of Africa.
It's a fabulous homegrown story. Justin Drennan, thanks very much. Justin Drennan is the co-founder of Parcelninja. Thank you very much for watching. There'll be more tonight, tomorrow. Till then, good night and goodbye.